Boom, baby. We are live. Welcome to Tokyo Crypto Show, episode 82, the first episode of 2021, the year of crypto fun. I am Jonathan from modernlifedating.com, and I'm joined with my co-host, Charlie from cultivatecrypto.com. What's up, Charlie?
Hey, man. It's going good. How's it over there on your end?
I'm a little depressed because I had an accident earlier this week. And all my crypto was on my Trezor, and I was walking down the street, and this like Japanese bird just attacked me and took my Trezor and ate it, and all my cryptocurrency is gone. So all my holdings are gone, and really got to rebuild here and pay all my taxes again, 2 times, 3 times. But we're gonna recover. Hopefully, moving forward. Really hope that no more boating accidents. I heard you lost all your crypto in a boating accident.
Oh yeah, yacht party 2021, baby. Out here in the rough seas of Tokyo Bay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a shame. I ain't the herbsters. That's a shame. The IRS will be disappointed. They are. Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm just a tax-paying man. So what can I say? Guys, welcome to Tokyo Crypto Show. Today we're going to talk about Ethereum will hit $2,000. Now, as you know, we are pretty good at predicting this market, and we've been doing it accurately since 2019. Once again, we're here to say that Ethereum is going to hit $10,000. It is not an if, it is only a matter of when. There are multiple reasons, which we're going to go through during today's episode, on why this is true. However, in order to get to 10,000, we got to get to 2,000. And I'm going to talk more about the fundamentals and the average man market psychology in regards to why Ethereum is going to go to $2,000. Charlie over here is going to talk about the technical analysis and the mathematics, the real brainy stuff as to why it is going to be mathematically proven to have a $2,000 Ethereum. So you're not going to want to miss this episode, especially if you want to make some very, very quick and easy money by the end of February. Okay. You have an opportunity here to get at least an increase of 25% in your portfolio by the end of February. So, Charlie, what do you want to do? How are we going to do this?
I guess we can start with
the chart. You want to look at the chart first?
Yeah, let's do it. There's all sorts of bullish stuff happening with Ethereum, Bitcoin. I think a lot of people are so short-term focused, right? When they look at the price, they just look at like the last 2 weeks and the next 2 weeks. I think most people in the market right now are, there's a mixture between fear and bullishness, right? Bullishness in the long term, like we're talking about, but there's this kind of palpable fear of Bitcoin going off an edge. So I can take a look at that here on the charts here. Let me share my screen here for a second.
How are you feeling? Do you feel like this is, we're just starting to trickle back down and we're going to go back into mediocrity this upcoming year?
No, basically, I've even heard some people make a comment of like, oh, Bitcoin will never get back above 42,000. It's made its all-time high already. I'm like, oh God, just
get away from me.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yesterday on my show, right, I was talking about how the smartest people, you could say in the room or in the country or in the world, are basically doing as much as they can to be involved with digital currency and specifically, Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. And so, it's just like the writing is so far on the wall that if it doesn't like hit you in the head like a ton of bricks right now, I don't think I can help you anymore. Like I'm getting to that stage of like what we've been on this show for coming on 2 years now. And the first year and a half was us talking about how, buy as much Bitcoin as you can under $10,500 or basically $10,000. And then once Bitcoin did break $10,500 for, the long term, everybody starts getting in at 20. So, and then it's just, I think we continue to be pretty spot on with what we see in this market. And so many people are just focused on all the FUD, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and those types of things that I think, unless you've really been in the market for I would say 3 to 6 months, or taken the course that we provide, the crypto mindset course, it might be a little bit unbelievable to think about Bitcoin getting to 100,000 and Ethereum getting to 10,000. And, some people who are into crypto say those numbers are too low. So you get all types on the extremes, but usually the truth is somewhere in the middle. So I'm pretty bullish. The fact that Harvard, Yale, these types of universities, right, are willing to, they're not going out there publicly, but they're allowing sources to leak that they are buying up cryptocurrency, and they have been, get this, right, since 2019. When have we been doing this show since? 2019. So, I think maybe some of those Harvard and Yale grads, or the people who are in control of the billions of dollars in their endowment, have been watching our show.
They're probably watching me. Let's be honest here.
They're the ones getting the robotic birds to come steal our treasures.
Well,
we got nations buying Bitcoin right now. We got Pakistan, Iran, China trying to get into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as much as possible. Just the list keeps growing and growing and growing. On February 3rd and 4th, the CEO of MicroStrategy is also going to be teaching corporations, like CEOs of different corporations that are publicly listed companies, how to buy Bitcoin in their treasury to retain their purchasing power over the coming years, with the dollar being inflated so much. So, if you're not seeing this right now, you should be. And if you can't take some of this bullishness, if it hasn't hit you in the head by now, I think it's just like, okay, maybe stay on the sidelines and just watch this bull market play out.
Speaking of a guy who needs to sit in the sidelines, we got this guy says, stop lying, people. 2K will come maybe half year or December. There is a dump clearly coming in February. You clearly spelt February incorrect there, genius. Funny, very, very funny. Almost as funny as the amount of money we've made before we both lost it in those terrible crypto accidents. As we predicted that Ethereum and Bitcoin were going to be going to where they are. I think that right now, let me just give you the TLDR, the too long didn't read explanation of what's going to happen. Since 2019, we have been adamantly saying we believe every man should own at least one Bitcoin. Okay. Charlie was harping on for literally a year saying, get one Bitcoin before the price goes past $10,500. And he was saying it until he was blue in the face. And I was too. And now here we are. Okay.
And at what point do you think when Bitcoin became kind of unattainable for most people? Right. Because we were saying when it was decently attainable, right?
15K, 15.
Yep.
Like 10K, it's like, okay, you could probably, like, the average person could muster up all their savings and throw it in there. And even after 10K, it's just after 15K, it's over. But let me just explain this. Okay. So now Bitcoin is completely unattainable to the average man. Previously it was. Okay. Even if Bitcoin was at 3,000 for the longest time, if you put, only if you put $300 a month over a 10-month period, boom, you got yourself one Bitcoin. Now you're, $32,000 per Bitcoin. You have people who are making that in 1 year, literally 1 year. So they would have to save their entire salary, not live, and just to put it all into Bitcoin. Now you have one, right? So Bitcoin is pretty much unattainable for the average person. And, we hate to say I told you so, but we did tell you so. Now, where are all the eyes? They are looking at the number 2 in the market. Okay. And let me just explain a couple of different factors to why I personally believe, from just a fundamental standpoint, of why we're going to see $2,000 Ethereum. The average person now, they open Coinbase, they look at Bitcoin like, dang, I can't afford this, but Ethereum, I think I can afford this, right? And it's fantastic how Bitcoin is actually a gold color and then Ethereum is a silver color, right? It really is like, it's perfect. It's the silver of the cryptocurrency right now. institutions are rushing to acquire Ethereum at a mind-blowing rate. In addition to that, the Federal Reserve, as they continue to print all the funny money, and we have another 1.9 trillion of the Biden bucks coming in, right, with our fake president. So we have this whole surplus of money that's about to hit the market. Okay. Now here's the thing, guys. When they print this money, it's sent to these banks, and quite frankly, money is useless when they print it to the banks. They need to continue the Ponzi world scheme, which is inflating assets. Now, they are going to look at Ethereum, and I believe that they are going to pump Ethereum as well with the fake money. They're pumping the stock markets. The equities market is a complete joke. I mean, look at what's happening with the GameStop situation right now. Okay,
That's entertaining as well.
It's fantastic. You know, they're driving a hedge fund bankrupt because of that. You know?
Were they on the other side? They were trying to short the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm. And they're filing for bankruptcy on next week.
Congratulations.
In addition to that, the guy who initially started this GameStop rally, he invested $50,000. That $50,000 is now worth $21 million.
Fuck yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic. What a time to be alive. Meme stocks are here to stay. But, you know, going back to my statement here, the Federal Reserve is going to need assets to inflate with their fake money. And what's going to happen right now is you're going to see Ethereum get a taste of that fake money. We are predicting $100 million of the 1.9 trillion. We believe 100. You know, obviously this is not financial advice. Yada yada yada. Don't sue us. But you know, 1.9 trillion. We're approximating about 100 million to hit the cryptocurrency market cap. Not a lot of money. Let's be honest. But it's definitely going to have a positive impact on the price. And Ethereum is going to be a very, very, very sought after commodity. It is not even, it's not even funny how sought after it's going to be. Also, Ethereum has a solid use case. And to top it all off, I mean, you have decentralized exchanges like Uniswap, but only extremely, deal with Ethereum coins, and everything is being built on Ethereum. Like the gas fee problem we had a couple weeks ago is literally the problem we had with Bitcoin in 2017, with the fees being too high, with the mempool being jam packed with transactions. Right? We are seeing this happen again, guys. We are repeating the cycle, and the cycle, in my opinion, is going to be repeated at a faster rate because we're accelerating. Society is getting faster. Things are happening faster, faster, faster. People are cracked out on dopamine right now. As human beings, we are all dopamine junkies. And the people who are operating the stock market, the crypto market, are no different. When you have this little thing, which is literally engineering you to be addicted to dopamine hits. That's why girls take pictures of their asshole and put it on OnlyFans and sell it. And they're addicted to Instagram. They're addicted to these fake likes, these fake comments, these fake everything. It's all fake. It's all a little game in here that they trick you out with the dopamine. The people who are running the show are also victims of this. So we're going to see an accelerationism of crypto going higher and higher and higher. And it's becoming more relevant. It's becoming more. I was talking to some chick in Miami, and she's just like full-time Instagram chick. But even she had like a general understanding of cryptocurrency. And we always talk about, the Midori test, right? If Midori could explain, if Midori could understand and, figure out Bitcoin. Midori was this older lady we used to work with in our Japanese office, and Charlie hates her. And I liked her. I wanted to smash. But
that's not the only reason why you liked her.
Yeah, we're not, right? What else?
Exactly.
Engaging conversation. No thanks.
Well, exactly.
But with this situation we have right now, when the average kind of person, right, which girls like the cryptocurrency market is what? It's made of like 99% men currently. Is it still, but it's like 98, 97% right now?
Yeah, I mean it's just a market which the majority of people in it are men. I mean, if you look at like kind of like not influencers, but even just people in it professionally, right? It's like at least 9 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you go look at advisors on any website or anything like this, even professionally, if you go look at retail traders, like you look at my YouTube analytics, like 99.8%.
Yeah, I think there's like one girl in the chat right now, and there's like, and I think it's a friend of yours, and there's like 239 men here. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a chick right now. So going back to what I was saying there is, okay, I lost my train of thought. Where was I going? There she is. There's the one chick. What's up, Christy? Where was I going? I kind of got.
You're basically just saying how if Midori can understand.
Oh, right. So,
currency.
right. So, chicks typically don't understand crypto. Let's just be honest, right? And if this average kind of girl in Miami, who is just, kind of a full-time Instagram girl, like posts sexy photos all day, if she can have a general idea of cryptocurrency, that shows you right there that the consciousness of humanity is becoming more understanding of crypto, more accepting of it, right? And it just I'm gonna go on a little rant here, Charlie.
I'm used to that. I'll just let you go, and then I'll be like, okay, I'll add on to those.
I've been able to talk crypto in over 2 months.
I know, bro. I was like, where the hell have you been? Oh yeah, you were in America,
touring the world. So the funniest thing about this whole situation with crypto, going back home to America, I just really.
It's good to hear that you've been paying attention during that time too.
Totally. Oh, totally. I was smoking a lot of weed and reading crypto news. Made me think about it even differently.
Perfect.
So when you do just a look at the politicians in America, and I'm not trying to get political or anything, but like when you see the people that are anti-crypto, what are they saying? It's the typical boomer shit. Like, this is used for money laundering, and this is used for terrorism, and this is used for drug accumulation, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and you know what the number one currency that is also used for all that stuff? It's the US dollar. So don't sit there and try to talk down to us on your righteous high horse where you can't even set up a Gmail account. You're so technologically incompetent, and you're making laws about this stuff. Really very hilariously laughable to see Janet Yellen be sworn in as the Secretary Treasury. You had a special hatred in your heart for Mnuchin. Do you want Mnuchin back? Do you want Mnuchin back now? Or you miss him?
They all suck. I mean, look at these two losers. You look at Mnuchin, you look at Janet Yellen. I mean, God, Mnuchin went after the crypto wallet rule hard just before he went out of office. He was trying to get it so that all of these wallets had to have know your customer type things on them. So they tried to identify each address on the blockchain and then bring that back to the people who were involved, right? Which is absolutely ridiculous. But he was trying to push that a little bit faster than the normal process just before he was jumping out. So it's just funny to see them kind of squirm because, these guys, they only go after Bitcoin, right? Because it's something that, is worthy of going after. If they didn't see it as an actual threat or as an actual something that would actually help people become a little bit more free, right, and basically have them lose their control, they wouldn't be so concerned about it. But what are they doing? They're creating a central bank digital currency, right? They're creating a US dollar, a Chinese yuan, a euro, all these countries, the Japanese yen, they're all creating digital forms of currency, right, that are based on Bitcoin's technology.
Right.
Like nobody can say, oh, we're doing it on blockchain. Yeah, which was what was the first blockchain that ever existed? Bitcoin. So
of course, right.
Yeah, so it's like the fact that they're already basically conceding, hey, we need to have a central bank digital currency, right, to kind of compete against this stuff, and then also to have more control ourselves. Well, that's one step down the slippery slope of they lost. Not that they're going to lose and the US dollar is going to go nowhere and Bitcoin is going to become the world reserve currency.
Wait a minute. Time out.
Yep.
Charlie, is it your fucking birthday today?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, man. I shouldn't fucking, I didn't even realize that. Guys, today is Charlie's birthday. Go ahead and type it in the chat. Happy birthday, Charlie. Big 3-5, yeah? 35 like me now?
That is true, sir. That is true. Yep.
What a
He's
time
got
to
some
be
of these
alive,
gray hairs
baby.
in this beard.
Dude, we were talking earlier today. You didn't mention anything, dude. Happy birthday, man. I didn't realize
That's all
that.
good. Well, I mean, it depends if you go by U.S. time or Japan time, right? I guess U.S. time is just starting to be my birthday now. So I have people talking to me happy birthday for about 48 hours now that I'm in Japan, because it's Japanese happy birthday, American happy birthday.
Happy birthday indeed. Guys, type your happy birthdays in the chat for Charlie, and somebody send him $500 right now. Not that he needs it. Actually, he does need it because he lost all his money in crypto and a voting.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Unbelievable. Happy birthday, Charlie. Jesus. I didn't realize. I feel like a terrible friend, but we're going out. I thought your birthday was Saturday because we're having the dinner and everything for you.
Yeah, no, I figured I would put it on a time where we can have some fun instead of, when I'm doing my streams.
Happy birthday indeed, man. You deserve it. You deserve it. What a great year. Look at that NFT anorak. Happy birthday, Charlie, with the $20 super chat. Hopefully he sent it to your channel. He did. Good stuff.
Anorak's a G.
Good. Okay, sorry I'm going to cut you off, but it was for good purpose. Happy birthday.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I was like, did he have a revelation just there? No.
Yeah, I did. I was just like, oh my God. Because I saw somebody write it in the chat, Jared Hidden, and I was like, wait a minute. Then I went to Facebook right now to double check, and it was.
Yeah, Jared's a good dude. Yeah. So, anyways, there we go. Got NFT Anorak is pumping Bitcoin with $20 right there, baby. Keep pumping, baby. Keep pumping it. Where was I? So I mean, the fact that they're basing, the next form or another form of national currencies based on blockchain, based on Bitcoin's technology, that's kind of, the beginning of them starting to bend the knee, not on purpose, right? But it's a slippery slope. I mean, once people get used to digital currency, it's kind of like how people got used to email, right? What's the @ sign? Why can't I just send somebody something through the mail? What do I need this email stuff for? Do I just send nudes, right? Like how does this work? That's what people were thinking in the early 90s, right? Just like it didn't seem practical to them. What happened? By 1998, everybody's using email, right? Same with digital currency, right? For example, if you want the most extreme form of digital currency, which is going to be in China, right? The government's going to use this to control people further. So once people know how to send a digital currency, how to receive a digital currency, how to store a digital currency on a hardware wallet, like Trezors or whatever, when they do this, right? Oh, all of a sudden now this technology is not so difficult. Oh, the government's controlling this technology. Well, what's the one where I have control of it? What's the open source one? Oh, that's Bitcoin. That's Ethereum. Oh, I can make more money over there too, and my dollar doesn't get inflated, and I have more control of my own currency. Maybe I'll start trying this cryptocurrency thing because that technology doesn't seem so scary anymore, right? And by the end of this decade, whether you like it or not, we have a lot of people using, the majority, anybody who has internet will be using some form of digital currency or cryptocurrency.
Fantastic, man. Absolutely fine. Busy Bee with the $20 super chat with nothing to say. I think he wrote happy birthday.
Appreciate it.
So Charlie, don't shave the beard. Charlie definitely got to shave that beard.
Well, it's highly linked to the Bitcoin and Ethereum price. I got Busy Bee there, pump Bitcoin with $20. But it's highly linked to the Bitcoin price. When I had this one going on the sides here a little bit of scruff here on the sides. Once I shaved that off, that's when Bitcoin dropped from 42,000 down to 30 or 28,500, right? Oh, now, if I do, get a haircut this weekend and also shave this beard, scary what could happen to the price. But all joking aside, thinking about the price coming up, that guy in the chat earlier who was saying, well, clearly February is going to be a dump. Early part of February or late part of January, we could get some dump happening, right? That's very possible. I still have 25K in the cards for Bitcoin. I would say it's, for me right now, it's less than a 30% chance, but it's very possible that Bitcoin could, at the lowest point, I would see it going anywhere in the next couple of weeks, is $25,000.
That would be fantastic.
And yeah, it'd be great for most people, right?
Yeah.
And it'd be great for all these corporations who are going to be talking with Michael Saylor in MicroStrategy here on February 3rd and 4th. They're going to be like, oh, great. This gives me extra time to buy in, right? And all these people who are all these different corporations who are buying Ethereum because Ethereum's coming out on the CME futures, right? They're going to be able to hedge their Ethereum to the downside so they don't have as much risk as they used to have. And by just buying spot Ethereum. And you're going to start getting institutions getting into Ethereum as well, like we said earlier. So there's a lot of different plays here that are coming up in February. And I would say by Valentine's Day, by the middle of February, I would say if you want a decent price on your crypto, you're going to want to scale in by that point. By the time we get towards late February, sayonara, back off to the races. And I say this $2,000 Ethereum, let's go with an 80% chance of sunshine and $2,000 plus Ethereum by the end of February, right? That's kind of
80% chance. Yeah.
Yeah, it's my weather forecast at the moment, because that's what looking at the charts basically is similar to. I guess it's a good analogy is, you can use the data and the science to get a good idea, but then sometimes just, nature has its way or human sentiment has its way of kind of messing things up. But for the most part right now, we look very bullish on Ethereum. Ethereum's still majority in an uptrend, right? Even though Bitcoin has been in, there we go.
I just put it up for you.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you're going to put that up right there. I mean, we can look at the price here just real quick.
Oh, this is Bitcoin, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, so we'll go with Bitcoin first, then we'll go over to Ethereum.
Do a quick Bitcoin review, then we'll jump into Ethereum for you guys in the chat.
Perfect. So Bitcoin right now, right, had its initial drop, right? And this drop initially was to 30,200. Had another drop here to about 28,500 or so. And then now is coming up on this key support area right here this is on the daily chart. This is at the 50 moving average, right? So is now a good time to buy Bitcoin? Yeah, right? No problem. Bitcoin has made lower lows, the last two lows, and lower highs. So until, right, Bitcoin overcomes that downwards trend, right? Basically has to get back above that area where it lost support at 34,000. If we can get back above 34,000, then we're back in the uptrend, right? And then we go towards $48,000 for Bitcoin. But
right, do you think we're on a downtrend right now? It looks like we are.
Yeah, we're definitely on a downtrend right now. So it's just a matter of this previous low right here, right? The 28,000 on this chart, 28,700. On some other charts, 28,000 and a few $100s. If that area is lost on a daily scale, then we can see Bitcoin drop to this next level, which is down here at $23,000 to $25,000, right?
Right.
So that area down there, we obviously have the support here of the 100-day moving average, but anything below that, I would say, is basically not going to happen. So that's for Bitcoin. If we kind of scale out here on the weekly chart for Bitcoin as well, yeah, you can see clearly on the weekly scale, we've had 3 weeks of down after lots of weeks of up. So that's like a healthy correction. I would say overall, right, from that very, very top down to that low so far, that's a 31% drop. Down to 25,000 would be close to a 40% drop. So we'll see in the coming days, basically between now and probably this time next week, right? We will play out any downside that there may be left, or right, we'll just kind of be chopping sideways here for a while for Bitcoin. So that's one thing to look at. Then for Ethereum, if we just kind of pull back here on Ethereum, different story. You can see Ethereum is still in an uptrend, right? Because the lows are higher, right? So unless Ethereum were to break this previous low, which was down here at $10,042, right? It should stay above. Well, right now it's at this current support line of 1,200. And then the next support area is at around 1,085. So yeah, Ethereum wants to see those areas being kept. Right now, if we turn on the Bollinger Bands, you can see Ethereum is testing right now its 20-day moving average, which for anybody who's used to using Bollinger Bands, this is kind of a pivot point in price. So if it does close below here for a couple days in a row, then it has a chance to come back down towards this $1,000 level, right? So that would, could be in the next few days. So if there's going to be any sort of big drop like some people are looking for in the market, it's going to happen towards the end of this week and maybe the early part of next week. By, I would say, like I said before, the middle of February, right? It's going to be back and strong, moving to the upside. So on the upside, right, we basically hit the new all-time high for Ethereum just 2 days ago, right? And that one was at the high here of 1,475, right? So Ethereum right now being pretty strong. So yeah, even if it does hit this downside, there's some people that I've heard say, oh my God, we're going to get all the way down here to this next support area for Ethereum, all the way back down to $800. I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
Hope so.
Yeah. I mean, if that does happen, then just buy the shit out of it, right? And I think, well, let's do this. If we go to Ethereum to Bitcoin, right, then it's like, okay, which one is winning right now, right? Look at this. This is a big difference, right? We have Ethereum basically kind of doing a double bottom here, hitting the bottom point twice, and then skyrocketing up compared to Bitcoin. So doing much better than Bitcoin from January 3rd of this year. This is on the daily scale. If we go out to the weekly scale, you can see a similar picture, right? Ethereum, just the last 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, the last 1 month, the last full month, has been outpacing Bitcoin like crazy. Now, we saw this back in December of 2019, and then that kind of chilled out, and then it grew, and then it came back down over the last 6 months. But for me right now, if we go towards the monthly scale, let's see. This is kind of the key point here. We got 4 days and 10 hours left for Ethereum on the monthly scale, and it's hitting this resistance, but it's also if it can close at the current area, it would close above this area of support. So it'd be kind of between a rock and a hard place. And I would say it has more room to grow up rather than down versus Bitcoin. And you can also see this on the monthly scale, which is these Bollinger Bands, right? These are a form of dynamic resistance. And when you start seeing Ethereum pushing up and beating Bitcoin, right, that expands these bands. And once they expand, it generally follows that trend and continues that trend. So over the next few months, I think we see Ethereum start to take over the market. And what that will do is on the Bitcoin dominance chart here, which is the percentage of how much money is in Bitcoin versus the rest of the market.
Right. Looks like it's dropping now.
It's been dropping out for the last several weeks. And if Ethereum continues to take over the market, then what happens is this continues to go down. Bitcoin price continues to go up. So this is good for all cryptocurrency. I think there's kind of it's a little bit, this chart right here, this idea of Bitcoin dominance declining, it's kind of counterintuitive because a lot of people say, well, wouldn't that be bad for Bitcoin? No, it's absolutely great for Bitcoin. Because when we saw Bitcoin dominance decline here in February of 2017 from 95% all the way down to 35%, when that happened, Bitcoin's price did the best in its history, right? And so then all the other
Bitcoin dominance got down that low in
2018. So and then
that's when the alts kind of launched, yeah.
Oh yeah, that whole year was basically an alt season minus like this little bump here. And so we saw last summer, right, from Bitcoin dominance going down 68% to 58%, essentially 10% drop. The altcoins took off like crazy, right? Ethereum started doing really well. Kusama, other coins like Chainlink were doing massively well. And we're going to see that again, but then just imagine that on steroids over the rest of this year. So the one trend, and this all kind of leads back to why we're bullish on Ethereum right now. This leads back to, okay, what's the one trend right now in crypto that's bigger than the ICO trend back in 2017?
DeFi.
Exactly, right?
Right.
And what's the main difference in DeFi compared to the ICO trend? The main difference is
no humans involved, no scum involved.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Because the decentralized exchanges are taking over.
Right, as they should.
Yeah, definitely, because you get the government and their regulations trying to stop this crypto train, right? And then what happens? Well, we don't need the exchanges, the centralized exchanges anymore. Uniswap, right, is beating Coinbase in transaction volume every once in a while here, and they're averaging close to $1 billion a day.
Well, I mean,
trading transaction.
Look, let's just call a spade. First and foremost, guys, you should not trust Coinbase. Second of all, every time there's a massive movement in Bitcoin going really high or going really low, all of a sudden, guess what? Coinbase crashes. They're like, oh, sorry, we have some technical errors or something like that. And really what it is just Coinbase protecting its liquidity, right? They're protecting their cash, they're protecting their assets, because that's the problem with centralized exchanges. Okay. So when we were talking about DeFi earlier, DeFi means decentralized exchanges. Okay. This is where you get your cryptocurrency, right? Now with the
decentralized finance. Yep.
Yes. So with decentralized finance and decentralized exchanges, you basically buy your cryptocurrency and it's instant. So first and foremost, when you buy cryptocurrency, it should be credited to you instantaneously. Worst case scenario, 20 minutes. So when you guys are on Coinbase, like, oh, I have to wait 1 week for my
coins. Yeah.
I have to wait 1 week to even receive my coins. 1 week to, some guys are on like a 10, 15 day waiting list back in the day. I mean, it's probably going on right now as well. But the human hand that is involved in these exchanges is also the hand of corruption. And that is exactly the opposite of why cryptocurrency was made. Okay. We've done this because we made cryptocurrency because of the corruption in the banking industry. And now we're starting to see it with these centralized exchanges like a Coinbase and whatnot. I mean, let's be honest, in 2017, Coinbase was responsible for pumping Bitcoin Cash to $3,000 per coin. Luckily, I was involved in that transaction, made a nice little, chunk of change, because we were educated on what was going on in the market at the time. But for the average person, they were screwed. A lot of people were screwed, and a lot of people continue to be screwed because, sorry to say, but humans are pretty shit, and especially these people that are like at the top of these financial institutions. They really don't want to do anything but make themselves richer. And cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin, was designed to help everybody become richer. As utopian as that may sound, and kind of may sound unachievable for some people, but that is the foundation of cryptocurrency. So when you have this kind of nonsense going on, it's just concerning to see. But thank God we're here and we're not falling for that trap. But a little bit of a side rant, but yeah, go ahead.
No, that's good.
Anorak knows F Coinbase, good man.
Yep.
100%. There you go. He remembers 3K per coin. Then they shut down the servers and halted trading, and that's what happens now. I mean, we got to do an episode on Coinbase and come down the road here. But
oh man, there was a news article the other day. Coinbase said, "Oh yeah, we're going to improve and make sure that we don't have any servers going down in the future." I'm like, yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Oh man,
yeah, I'm gonna switch to monogamy too.
And so the point I was making with the DeFi, all the DeFi stuff, right, is so in 2017, I think one question you had been asking for quite a while, you were like, hey, Charlie, are we going to get anything as crazy as 2017 ever again?
Right.
Welcome to 2021. Basically, right, we had the ICOs there, which were paying exchanges like Binance, Coinbase, Bittrex, millions of dollars to get listed on these major exchanges.
Right.
That doesn't have to happen anymore. They make an Ethereum-based token, put it on Uniswap, or they make a Polkadot-based token. They put it on PokeSwap, which is coming out this year. They make, a synthetic token on Synthetics or different areas, and they can come out with their token in lots of different places, which have absolutely zero regulation. And so you're going to get the ICO craze, but this time the ICO craze wasn't highly regulated, but at least was self-regulated by crypto. In terms of like crypto politics, basically.
Right.
But now you have none of that. It's like, okay, anybody and everybody can now make a coin, and it can find its true market value on Uniswap, within months, if not weeks, if not days. And so you're going to get a lot of things like we saw in the summer, which we had stuff like sushi swap, right, come out, hot dog token, pickle coin, all sorts of bullshit basically. And yeah, people are going to fall for that crap again because people, like you said, want to have that dopamine hit. They like the degeneracy. They like going out there and betting money on craziness actually. And so by the time we get to the peak of this bull market, you will know it when people are recommending you these absolute S coins, and I think a lot of people don't educate themselves enough about how to spot the difference between what's a good cryptocurrency and a bad cryptocurrency. So, but anyways, it's one of those things. It's kind of a growing pain of the market, right? But the freedom to do so, right, is what drives a lot of the speculation in this market and what helps it to mature over time.
We had some super chats that are coming in real quick. Odin says with the $4.99 super chat, Charlie, I own Bitcoin through Cash App. So you don't own Bitcoin. You just have, you have the private keys on Cash App, don't you?
Yeah, they allow you to access the private keys, and they only allow you to move like a certain amount out per day. I think it's like maybe 5,000 a day or per week. I'm not 100% sure because I'm not here in Japan. But yeah, so there's a little bit of limitation on how fast you can move it.
Anytime any kind of organization controls the speed or the amount of cryptocurrency you are able to move, you are not using cryptocurrency the way it should be used. You should have total freedom to do whatever you want. That is you should have sovereignty. That is what cryptocurrency is all about. Sovereignty. What app would you recommend to move to so I can continue buying Bitcoin and add Ethereum as well? I mean, you're going to need to tell us what country you're in. You're going to have to tell us.
Norway, of course. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, right. You have to tell us a series of things there. So, you might want to come back with a follow-up to this one. But
yeah, I mean, a simple one that I can recommend that he might be able to, this one's a bit of a pain in the butt, but once you do have it verified, because unfortunately, you're always going to have, there's always one point of how do you get your cash or your fiat dollars into cryptocurrency, right? So there's always going to be that roadblock. And so one platform that's really good for that is Kraken, right? They're official bank in the United States now. They have a lot of operations overseas as well. So if you can get verified on Kraken, you buy your Bitcoin, you buy your Ethereum there, then you can move it to either your Trezor, where you hold it yourself, to your Exodus wallet, which you hold yourself, or you can put it over towards other exchanges like Uniswap, or an unverified account on different places, on different other exchanges that you don't have to connect your personal information to, and then you can swap it for whatever other cryptocurrency you want. But I think a lot of people that are new to the market right now, they've been asking, first of all, should I get into crypto? And then second, what should I get? I think most people don't really even understand Ethereum right now, even though it's the number 2 cryptocurrency. But we were talking about this earlier today, right? And most people coming into the market should have about 15 to 20% in Bitcoin and the rest basically in Ethereum, and then do research into what other coins you might want to hold. But don't rush to the other coins right away. Bitcoin and Ethereum are your 2 main plays from the get-go.
I am very happy to hear that. And yeah, that's something you just want to, you definitely, if you're an amateur, okay, and you're just starting off, the last thing you want to do is rushing in any direction to make moves in cryptocurrency. Like, what you're feeling is FOMO, fear of missing out, and that will ruin you. You have to listen, especially now. I'm getting so many people that are coming to me and they want the quick fix. Hey, just tell me what to buy. Tell me what to buy and let me throw money into it. I'm just like, look, guy, with all due respect, you need to become educated and you have to become competent in cryptocurrency or you will lose all your money. Okay? So you have to play the game smartly and you got to become educated. There's no shortcuts. So tune in, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're watching us on a weekly basis, Charlie on a daily basis, and that's the way you're gonna learn. There's no shortcuts. But if you put in the work, man, you're gonna make a lot of money. Chris Paulson, real quick, says $5 super chat. I'm going to get your class, but what happened in the XRP? Charlie,
what usually happens to XRP? No, basically, the government's decided we don't like it, and we're going to basically get them for securities fraud, right? And so if they're going to court, they got temporarily delisted from basically any major exchange.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to scare the crap out of people. People are going to sell it, and it's going to have a hard time until it gets its name cleared. And even then, once it gets its name cleared, it still has that stain on it. And so I think there's been so much bad stuff that's been happening on Ripple. They're great marketers. I give them that. 100%.
Fantastic marketers.
Fantastic marketing. That's
but they're all sizzle and no steak.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Sean sends you $15. He says, how do you feel about EGLD and BPro? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's Algorand, I believe. And then BPro, I don't know, actually. But Algorand's decent project. I think could do well. BPro, I have to look into it. So on my Friday stream, or maybe even tomorrow, I'll take a look into those a little bit more for you, Sean.
So shall we get into the meat of it all?
Let's do it. Where do you want to start?
$2,000 Ethereum by end of February. Give me the technical give me the technical breakdown of why we're gonna have this.
So here, let me pull this.
Pull up a chart again.
No. I was gonna pull up some information. I just forgot to pull this one up too as well. I showed these on my show yesterday. Showed this a little bit on Moon Gang on Sunday, but these two events right here, I think, are going to be massive. So let's open this up. Can you see this?
I can.
So this has to do with Bitcoin, but what does Bitcoin have to do with Ethereum? Well, if Bitcoin's going up, the entire market moves up, right? If Bitcoin's struggling, the entire market's struggling. I mean, right now, Bitcoin's gone down, right? It's testing that 29,500 mark,
right?
What's happening to Ethereum? We can look at this live, right? Crypto's 24/7. Let me come back here, right? Ethereum's dropped down to $25. So Bitcoin dropped down 1,000, Ethereum dropped down $25. All right. The Ethereum, even though it's doing better than Bitcoin right now, and I think it will continue to do so over the course of this year, it's still following Bitcoin's lead to that extent. So this is something that I think is massive. And if you see Yale and Harvard getting into cryptocurrency, you see corporations like this right here getting into cryptocurrency, heavy Bitcoin specifically. And then if you see what's happening here, which I'll show with the CME futures on Ethereum, I don't know how you couldn't be bullish with Bitcoin and Ethereum in February. So on February 3rd, right, this is Michael Saylor. He's the CEO of this company called MicroStrategy.
Right.
This is a public company. So
you want to explain what MicroStrategy is real quick? Because a lot of people have been hearing about it, but I don't think a lot of people know what it is.
Yeah, it's basically a data aggregation service. Is basically what they do. So they're just a tech company that's been around forever. And Michael Saylor has been the CEO of that company. I think he's the longest running CEO of a major tech company. And, they were just a normal Joe Schmo tech company that people kind of heard of, in the before last year. But the thing that he did last year, which was massive, right, is he took $1 billion of his own company's money and bought Bitcoin and put that in their reserves. And why did he do that? Well, he noticed, right, especially after basically the recession portion, or the big drop in the stock market that happened in March of last year. And then before that, all the money printing that was happening from the Fed, he noticed that this eating away at his company's ability to retain their purchasing power. right? So these guys who have a lot of money, they notice very quickly when, oh, all of a sudden my dollar doesn't go as far as it did 6 months ago, right? For the everyday person, we might notice that, but it kind of creeps into our lives a little bit more slowly. Like if our dollar doesn't buy us as much as it did 6 months ago, we'll like notice it, but we won't really care all that much, right? But people with, millions of dollars, they have to care because they the people who are, there's a publicly traded company, so the people who own this stock, right, will want to look and be like, okay, how are you guys retaining your value, but then how are you growing your company as well? So he thought, well, this is one way to solve this problem. So he's going to, once he did his research on Bitcoin, he's going to buy the hardest asset there is, and he decided that was Bitcoin, not gold, not something else to put in his treasury, but Bitcoin. So that was really difficult to do. And most corporations, because they're publicly traded, right, people basically think they're crazy. But what happened to MicroStrategy stock after they've done this? It's gone up like crazy. And Morgan Stanley now has bought 10% of all MicroStrategy stock because they want some exposure basically through MicroStrategy to Bitcoin. So MicroStrategy is going to be teaching corporations, tech companies, non-tech companies, how to buy Bitcoin through their company. So they have a macro strategy, a corporate strategy, corporate playbook, legal considerations, and financial considerations, all with, really, really smart people. And then second day on February 4th, these guys, the fucking all-stars of the crypto world, right? Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, New York DGI, Fidelity, Genesis Mining, Grayscale, Gemini, Galaxy Digital, Paxos, right? All these guys are going to be teaching these corporations, right, how they can benefit from each of their services. So they're going to be basically pitching, okay, now you know why you should be getting into Bitcoin and how you should be doing that. And then now choose one of us to do it, right? So a lot of people in New York will probably go through New York DGI or Gemini, those two, or maybe even Galaxy Digital. I know these three are heavily into New York, probably Fidelity as well. So there's going to be a lot of competition here, but these are not guys with small amounts of money. They have a crap ton of money that's potentially going to be flowing into Bitcoin then in the coming months. So for February, March, that's positive for the market in general.
So let me tell you something. So currently Bitcoin is actually like $29,000 right now, right?
Yep.
We are noticing Bitcoin is having a downtrend. This is kind of almost like borderline conspiracy theory, but do you think the current GameStop situation with meme stocks is affecting the market with cryptocurrency and Bitcoin price going down?
I would say that's just the kind of thing that would be like correlation doesn't necessarily mean causation. So I would say generally no.
Okay.
But I would say you recently got some larger companies like BlackRock, which also say they want some exposure towards Bitcoin. And, do they want a cheaper price? Some of these people, they would like to kind of push down the price of Bitcoin potentially to get in at better prices. So there could be some, different deal makings in the background in that regard. But yeah, related to GameStop, probably not in my opinion. But the other event, so after this, right? So this is bullish for the market in general, right? No matter, even if you are in cryptocurrency, there's a lot of people in crypto that are like, oh, Bitcoin's boomer money of crypto, right? Which is true, but people shouldn't write it off. But still, even those guys, right? They should be happy that people are still buying Bitcoin at a high level because that will bring confidence to the market. But then we have this coming out. This is the biggest thing for Ethereum. So February 8th, Ethereum futures are going to be available. These are cash settled. It's on the CME exchange. But this is where institutions now, right? They've been one of the reasons why people speculate that Ethereum's price has held up so well compared to, Bitcoin is coming down, is basically because a lot of institutions are buying up Ethereum to hold in their reserves. Well, then when the futures come out on February 8th, they'll be able to hedge that spot position, or they'll be able to hedge against the Ethereum that they have. So if Ethereum has some volatility, right? They can play both sides through the Ethereum futures market at an institutional level. So this is massive. And when Bitcoin futures came out in December of 2017, I think people forget, because people are like, oh, that was the reason why Bitcoin went into the bear market. It's like, not really, but it's one of the reasons why Bitcoin did pump from 10,000 to 20,000 within just a couple of weeks, right? So it allowed the market to play both sides, but it also goosed up the market quite a lot at the beginning. And then we were already basically destined for a bear market as well at that time. So it's a little bit of a mixture of everything, but this is coming. This is interesting. The timing of it's really interesting just because it's coming out basically in the middle of a bull market. So this will also push the price of Ethereum up. So looking at these kind of fundamental events is, I think,
really, right. Really and let's explain that exactly. So what is a future?
So it's an ability for you to basically buy a contract, which allows you to bet that either the price of Ethereum is either going to go up or go down over a certain period of time. So like, let's say in the next 1 month,
be able to long or short Ethereum on multiple, what is it? On just on their platform? No.
Yep, on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, which is basically one of the biggest places to do that in traditional markets in America.
Right.
And so the CME is used for all sorts of different markets, including gold and basically everything. And so this is one of the places that all institutions have, all institutions in America that are relevant and that are trading at a pretty high level, they're all using the CME exchange to do different longs and shorts, right? And so here with Ethereum futures, they're able to buy a contract. They're not buying Ethereum directly, but they're able to buy a contract of Ethereum. So if they bought Ethereum and they're like, okay, we want to hold this, but in case it goes down, we want to hold the opposite end as well. We want to be able to short this if we have to.
Right. And a lot of people, let's just because right now, like at this very moment, the markets are kind of like going down, which people are panicking, losing their mind. But guys, stay sober. Okay. Look, Ethereum jumped 100% in the month of January.
Yeah. Within a month.
Okay. Like people are like, OMG, bro, like GameStop, it went like at 96% in one day. Like, dude, welcome to crypto. Like, you bums. Like that's been happening over here for the longest time. Like, so when you're looking at now, what is it? It's your birthday. It is January 27th. And so we are decompressing a little bit, but you have to realize we just got 100% gain on this cryptocurrency. So, calm your dopamine addictions a little bit and take a deep breath and think the long game. You have to think the long game. The $10,000 Ethereum is coming. It is inevitable. It's like Thanos. It's inevitable. Okay.
Exactly.
And, it's only a matter of time. I should get like some cryptocurrency like stickers on this thing. And Bitcoin's here, and then, get all the ones on here that are,
it's perfect that the middle one is orange.
Yeah, the big six, right? That's the reality stone. But
Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we got Bitcoin, and we got, what is this? Ethereum. That's Tether, right?
There we go.
Hex hasn't made it on here yet. We'll see what happens. But but yeah, with these futures coming out, this is really, when I saw that futures were coming out on this, I thought I was very happy, but I was also very afraid, to be honest with you, because I believe that, it did kind of crash.
Yeah, right.
There's no direct evidence
right after, and then it crashed right after. So it did both.
Right. And there is no direct evidence of that. So, with the CME though, making this official, this only further legitimizes cryptocurrency and Ethereum as well. You feel me?
Yep, exactly.
So I have an article over here, and it's on Cointelegraph. I want to share mine. So take a look at what we have here. I want to read this article here, okay? And you guys can be the judge. A great article here from Cointelegraph says 3 reasons why Ethereum price is still on track to top $2,000. Okay, substantial spot volume, a favorable futures premium, and top traders buying the dip are all signals that Ethereum price should see continuation. Keep in mind, before I lost all my crypto, I had a decent position in Ethereum, and my plan is not to touch it until Q4 of this year, no matter what happens, for better or for worse. I mean, unless we have some another, like, I don't know, the Heineken virus or something comes, kills us all. I am just holding on. And that, again, guys, just so you know, money in this game is made with the hodlers, okay? You got to have diamond hands, okay? Weak hands get punished. Weak hands get punished quickly. After dropping 27% over 3 days, Ethereum price finally reached a bottom at $1,040 on January 22nd, just 5 days ago. The sharp correction liquidated $600 billion worth of future contracts, but interestingly, Ether price rebounded to a new all-time high, even as Bitcoin price continues to trade in a slight downtrend, which we just analyzed here as Charlie went over the charts. According to Cointelegraph, the increasing TVL and transaction volumes of the decentralized finance sector are behind Ethereum's impressive surge. Okay, to determine whether the recent pump reflects a potential local top, we'll take a closer look at on-chain flows and derivatives data. Okay. So here we have the next one here is exchange withdrawals point to whale accumulation. All right. My goal is to become a whale in this game. And I'm 35. Ideally would like to be a whale by 45. That way, 45, I'm just clicking, I'm trading, I'm globally gallivanting. You know what I mean? It would be fantastic to be a market mover.
Yeah, for Ethereum, they're calling the whales the wallet addresses with more than 10,000 Ethereum.
Right. So, increasing withdrawals from exchanges can be caused by multiple factors, including staking, yield farming, and buyers sending coins to cold storage. Usually, a steady flow of net deposits indicates a willingness to sell in the short term. On the other hand, net withdrawals are generally related to periods of whale accumulation here, okay? So we have a chart. This is a chart here. It says this is Ethereum held in exchange wallets, okay? So you could see the exchange wallets are here identified in the red, okay? This is on November 26th. So we have, November 22nd in last year. And you could see here on looks like it was about this is the 17th. So somewhere around the 15th, you have a drop. And then after the 17th, you have a massive drop off. And this is Ethereum being held in cryptocurrency exchanges. As the above chart shows, on January 23rd, centralized exchanges recently reached their lowest Ether reserve level since 2018. Although there is some discussion whether part of this Ethereum exodus is an internal transfer between Bitfinex's cold wallets, there has been a clear withdrawal trend over the past month. Despite these, quote, rumors, the data points towards accumulation. All right. This data also coincides with the DeFi's total value locked, reaching a 26 billion all-time high, and signals investors chose to take advantage of the lucrative yield opportunities that exist outside of centralized exchanges. So the fact that these whales are just hoarding cryptocurrency, Ethereum, this is a good thing. Okay, let's see. This is the next point. Go ahead.
I was going to say one other addition to that is Ethereum staking became available in December with the beginning of Ethereum 2.0, right? So There are, literally, thousands and thousands of Ethereum being staked. What does that mean? It's basically put in a contract, right, and stuck in there right now indefinitely, but probably at least for a year. So there's Ethereum that can't move, like actually cannot move based on that smart contract in the market. So that takes supply right out. When it happens when you take supply away, right, price goes up. Same with this here. Once you take supply away, people are holding this because they feel it's very valuable, right? Continues to help push the price up. So yeah, 100%. All this information is good.
Let's read about the next point. Futures were overbought. By measuring the expense gap between futures and the regular spot market, a trader can gauge the level of bullishness in the market. The 3-month futures should usually trade with a 6% to 20% annualized premium basis versus regular spot exchanges. Whenever this indicator fades or turns negative, this is an alarming red flag. The situation is known as backwardation and indicates that the market is turning bearish. On the other hand, a sustainable basis above 20% signals excessive leverage from buyers, creating the potential for massive liquidations and eventual market crashes. Okay. The above chart shows the premium peaked at 6.5% on January 19th, equal to the 38% annualized rate. This level is considered extremely overbought as traders need an even higher price increase ahead of expiration to profit from it. Overbought derivative levels should be considered a yellow flag, although maintaining them for a short period of time is normal. Traders might momentarily exceed their regular leverage during the rally and later purchase the underlying asset Ether to adjust the risks. One way or another, the market adjusted itself during the Ether crash crisis, and futures premium currently stand at a healthy 4.5% or 28% annualized. Okay. So again, kind of complex what I just read for the average person, right? Pretty high level stuff. But I will say this from a fundamental standpoint, the fact that these people are writing in great depths about Ethereum and going to deep conversation like this about it. Plus, like I said, big dogs like the CME. These are all positive indicators, fellas. These are all showing. I mean, it's only spreading awareness. And why does everybody want to be in cryptocurrency? Okay, because they want to get rich. Let's be transparent. I want to be rich. Charlie wants to be rich. You, if you can hear the sound of my voice, you want to be rich. That's why you're watching me. That's why you're not watching anything else right now. Okay. So these are all positive indicators. Let's read the last section here, and then we'll go back to Charlie. Spot volume remains strong, and the traders bought the dip. Okay. In addition to monitoring futures contracts, profitable traders also track volume in the spot market. Typically, low volumes indicate a lack of confidence. Okay. Volume is just how much money is traveling in and out, how much is sold, how much is being sold, how much is being bought. That's all it is. Therefore, significant price increases should be accompanied by robust trading activity. Okay. Over the past week, Ether has averaged $6.1 billion in daily volume. And while this figure is far from $12.3 billion all-time high seen on January 11th, right? Again, being real picky and stingy here. Last week, we have 6.1 billion in daily volume. And then the all-time high was on January 11th at 12 billion. Okay. So only 20 days ago. And we still have these massive numbers. It is still 240% higher than December's. Therefore, the activity supporting the recent 1477 all-time high is a positive indicator. Exchange provided data highlights traders' long to short net positioning. By analyzing every client's position on the spot, perpetual and future contracts, one can obtain a clear view of whether professional traders are leaning bullish or bearish. With this said, there are occasional discrepancies in the methodologies between different exchanges, so viewers should monitor changes instead of absolute figures. Okay. And so you can see this is Binance, this is Huobi, and this is OKX, right? And these are talking about the positions they have. Top traders indicates at Binex, and am I pronouncing that correct? Huobi?
Yeah, Huobi, I believe. It's Chinese exchange.
Yes. Huobi have roughly the same Ether position over the past couple of days. Huobi's average over the past 30 days has averaged a 0.83 long to short ratio, while Binance traders held at 0.94. The current reading is 0.85, indicates a slight negative sentiment. OKX stands out as the top traders. Long to short ratio peaked at 2.0, strongly favoring longs in the early hours of January 22nd, but increased until January 24th and finally bottomed at 1.05. Okay. So when you long something, fellas, right? When you long something, you're theoretically betting that the price is going to go higher. And when you short something, you're betting that the price is going to go low. That's why this hedge fund is being cleared out by these GameStop Reddit trolls, to be honest, right? They are about to get cleaned out because they know that there is a I mean, it's funny.
They can see like
it's malicious too. Like they're like, okay, the meme people on Reddit saw that this hedge fund was shorting the GameStop price, and they kept pumping money into it, and now this hedge fund is literally filing for bankruptcy.
Yeah, and they didn't just stop putting in stop losses, so the hedge fund couldn't go and try to get those stop losses and kind of eat away at all of their basically positions. And by not allowing the exchange or not allowing the hedge fund to do that, the hedge fund stopped being able to make money. The hedge fund's short positions got liquidated, which means they basically lost all their money. And then the price kept going up, because if you just hold something, right, you reduce its supply and the demand stays just the same, if not growing slightly, what happens to the price? It goes up. Happened to GameStop, happens to cryptocurrency all the time. This is simple, economy 101, right? Economics 101. So
supply and demand, man. Supply and demand. And then looks like the chat loves it. Casey says, I absolutely love it. Phil says, F the institutions. I hope we see more of this. F the old money wealth gatekeepers. I cannot express how much I agree with you on that.
Yeah, and if that was a smart hedge fund, right? What they could have done was they could have heard this information through the grapevine, right? I heard rumblings about this just because I don't even pay attention to Wall Street bets, but I heard, a couple of my friends talking about this. They're like, oh, what's happening with GameStop here? Even just a few weeks ago, because I guess they've been planning this for a while, but it just like came into implementation just over the last day. But if they just had a finger on their pulse of that and understood that, they could have just taken out all their short positions, went long on it, and made a shit ton of money and not gone bankrupt, right?
Yep.
But
yeah, it's hilarious. And then Greg B's in the house. What's up, Greg? He says, LOL, Melvin and Citron got wrecked. They did. RIP. Melvin is the one I was talking about that has to file for bankruptcy. It's funny, right? It's really funny because, I mean, these guys are destroying this hedge fund. Let me ask you this: how did they find out? Was that leaked data that they were? No,
it's all the short position. All positions are available on the exchange. Right. You can see what positions everybody's taking, and so
they just aggregated all the data from all the exchanges and
yeah, and they were just like the hedge fund's doing this to us. Why don't we do it to them? Right. Yeah. So it's just fair play.
Yeah, I just can't believe these guys. I mean, well, they're autists, so I mean, that's why I said, was the data leaked, but really, they just have all the time in the world to scrape this data and make a meme stock. Do you see Elon Musk Elon Musk did it? Is in on it. Chamath is in on it now.
Billionaires in on it. I love it.
Yeah, Chamath is in on it. He's talking about how it's him versus Ken. I forget his name, and he's like, I'm gonna beat Ken. So he's tweeting it out. You could follow him at Chamath, CHAMATH. Been really a big fan of his for a while now.
Yeah, he's been on Bitcoin for a very long time, and he's been going on these CNBC and these types of news shows, and every time he talks about Bitcoin, they talk to him like he's an idiot, right? Sometimes, and this guy's a billionaire, right? He's a massively wealthy man, super intelligent, and he just keeps saying pay attention. And then finally these guys are with Bitcoin as well.
Yep. And then Greg B with the follow-up says, just Reddit and Wall Street Bets decided to F with them. Unfortunately, I expect calls for regulating retail trading to come out now. So you said unfortunately. That is not an unfortunate. That is a good thing. And I'll tell you why. More regulations in the equities market equals more angry people with money who will come to crypto and do this all over again. Period. I mean, it's. I believe I'm very optimistic for humanity in general. Looking at everything, I believe with the internet and people networking that people are getting richer. People who weren't supposed to get rich are getting rich thanks to the internet. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And I think that's what we're seeing right now.
A lot of new rich.
Yeah. I mean, I think in America, they said the majority of all millionaires that are being made right now are come from nothing. It's not generational wealth. It's just new money, and the internet is doing that. You know, when you tell you something too, a lot of these people still have money. I know we had the whole situation last year with the beer disease, and but a lot of people who stayed at home had money, and you know what they did? A lot of people stayed at home, they studied, they invested, they got better at things, and we're starting to see, you know, there are cracks in the system that you're seeing here and there. I mean, and cryptocurrency launching up, the situation here with the game stonks. I mean, it just seriously, what a time to be alive. Like, is this not the best time ever to be alive?
Yeah, I think this decade we rewrite financial history for this century, right? Which, I mean, the fact that we're alive right now and we can benefit from this and make this beneficial for whatever portion of our life we want to, right? There's so many people who are using this time right now, including people who jump in the crypto mindset course, people who jump in and do self-study online, whatever, right? They're using this time to educate themselves on finance because, I mean, in junior high school and high school, right? Which schools nowadays have a mandatory finance class, right? Zero. And what are you going to junior high school and high school for? To get a job.
To get a job. Yeah, exactly.
Education to get a job to make money. And no, they don't educate you about money. How ridiculous is that? Right.
You know, when I have kids, I'm gonna be like, we're not gonna be playing games, we're gonna be playing Monopoly. We're gonna be watching YouTube videos of great businessmen. Those kids are gonna be geniuses, man. And you know, because a lot of people trying not to get, I don't want to get too political, but I just saw some people, like, I saw this, like the official Black Lives Matter thing, Twitter tweet out, and they're like, you know, we need more taxes for the rich. And I was just like, could you, for 2 seconds, just open the history book for any civilization in the history of time and tell me how blindly putting faith in the government and handing over the money to the government and giving more taxes to the government, how did that work out for them? But people are just stupid. People, like, and in a time now more than ever, if you are stupid, it is 1,000% your fault, because you literally, if you're watching us right now, you literally have access to endless data. You have this, you have access to endless data. But what do people watch? Kardashians, whatever poison they put in around, Bernie Sanders memes, right? whatever they got going on. And then
there was one from some of them with McGregor after that fight that were pretty funny. But
you know, we were watching them here at the house. We had guys over for the fight on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
So, you know, and then Artemis is in the house now, and he says they're halting the markets right now, putting restrictions on limit buys and sells for AMC, the one that they were trying to meme pump next. The next meme stock was supposed to be AMC, because AMC is probably in the dumpster after this last year of literally no movies. You're not allowed to go to the movie theater. And this is I'm not even involved in the market, and this enrages me. This really pisses me off. But again, this is not a free market. Yeah, right? It is the beauty of cryptocurrency.
Yep. And cryptocurrencies, like it's like, whack-a-mole, right? They're like, okay, we're going to put regulations and stifle crypto this way. Whack. All of a sudden, boop, crypto comes up with a new technology, says, screw off. We're going to do whatever we want. And I just love it. They keep trying to chase it, and it just makes crypto more and more legitimate as the years go on.
NFT Anorak says California has some of the highest income taxes in the U.S. and the state is still bankrupt. That's financially and morally.
Yep. Oh, they can't manage their money, right? So don't give it to them.
No, I mean, when you look, because you know how the government works, right? First things foremost, you got to hire the most lazy, incompetent people to be in the government. Okay. Number two, they give you a budget. They allocate a budget every year. Do you know this, Charlie? And if you don't spend the full budget, they lower your budget next year. So there's pressure to spend in the government and keep spending. And you're just spending my money, my tax money that I pay these incompetents, right? So again, it just shows you that it's I mean, this system is broken. It needs to be destroyed, and quite frankly, more taxes is never the solution. The real solution here is less government. That is the real solution, but we're not going to see it. So for all those people who are like, oh yeah, my 401k, oh yeah, my IRA Roth, all these old money people, you're going to see a lot of people get wiped out, man. If you're not part of this revolution, this technological revolution that's occurring, you're going to be left behind, and you're going to be left behind quickly, because this train has left the station, and it's going to the moon.
Yep. And it's going to go there at, rocket speed, light speed, baby.
Yep. So, yeah, Chess is in the house. What's up? She says, that's called incrementalism, MLD. I agree. Yeah, definitely. Just little chipping away one-on-one. Japandi Jones is in the house. My man from Twitch, hung out with him today, Twitch streamer. He says, nepotism gang, that government. Government. He's talking like EC Smooth. How about them printing 23% of all money in history last year? Inflation town. This is like this is so true.
Well, I was gonna liken this too. It's like you see an obese person giving fitness advice, right? It's like the federal government giving us financial advice. It's like they're the ones here fucking taking their own, I don't know what they're taking, but they ain't healthy, right?
Oh, so. Lord. No. I mean, it's just looking at this situation. I'm glad to be on our side.
I'm in control of our own money.
Yes, man. I'm glad to be on my side. I just transferred some money from the United States to Japan. Okay. Relatively decent amount of money. And I got an email today, and they're like, dear Mr. Jonathan, are you laundering money? We need to talk to you. Can you please come into a branch and please fill out this information? And I had to put my account information. I had to put my USA address. I'd be like, what are you using this money for? Like, it's none of your fucking business. Who are you? It's Shinsei Bank. Like go, like what? Go fuck yourself. Who are you to tell me what to do with my money? And they're like, well, money laundering. And like, what? I'm a YouTuber. I wear sunglasses on like, that's my only crime. I wear sunglasses at night.
Yeah. And inside, right?
And, that's it. But, and I'm a 35-year-old man. You know what I mean? I'm 35 years old. What are you doing trying to police me? Where were you when I was building this business from scratch? Where were you when I was breaking my balls, working overnight, working 12, 15, 13, 20-hour days when I did the crazy election stream, 20 hours in a row, right? Where were you? You weren't here. But now I'm supposed to just like disclose everything to you? Like, for what? And that's what infuriates people. And again, like I said, slowly but surely, we are going into a brave new world. And I'm glad to be here ushering it in with you, Charlie. Do we have any more data? What do you think?
I mean, I think we looked at the majority of all the things which are bullish right now, and how things are looking. So, yeah, I mean, right now, we could look at the chart, but we don't need to. Basically, Bitcoin's popping up again, right? Like I said, right? I've been all these things that we're saying here.
No, let's look at the chart. Let's give these people the data they want.
Sure. Let's take a quick look. I mean, for me, it's like a minimal thing, but it's interesting to see how this plays out in real time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can you see this?
Yeah, here we go.
So during this stream, right, we started off here. I mean, let's go down to the hourly chart. Let's see the craziness of the crypto markets, right? So basically, we've been on for an hour and a half. So we've been on within this time period here. So you had Bitcoin when we started up here at $30,000, come all the way down here to 29,100, basically $1,000 move. Now back up here to 29,000, right? If you're looking down and cracking out on these charts right here, where one candle is 1 hour of price action,
the Tom Bombadil charts.
Yeah, you might be absorbing yourself a little too much. I mean, people go down to the 1 minute chart, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, if you go back here to not the 3-day, the 1-day charts, right? What happens, right? Hits right upon that line. I was mentioning that 50 moving average here, hits it, tests it, comes back up. We still have 8.5 hours left before the end of this daily candle here. It's at midnight UTC, right? Which the candle closes and then the next one begins. So yeah, it's boring first and foremost, but pretty, not predictable exactly, but just something that we could see happening in real time. And it's very interesting to me just to kind of watch that. And yeah, so there's nothing really to worry about. We understand where this market's going. If it dips, buy a lot of it. If it doesn't dip, buy it back buy more on the way up. Whatever you need to do, just do it. Get out there, right? Have a plan. I saw somebody in the chat earlier saying like, I sold Ethereum at 1271 and I bought it back at 1220. Should I sell it again? No, no. People don't have a strategy, right? They're just willy-nilly out here buying and selling. It's like when you buy, have a plan, right? If your plan is I'm going to buy Ethereum at least for 9 months, buy it, lock it up for 9 months, and if you want to look at the price, great, but just don't put it somewhere far enough away from your fingertips so that you can continue with that plan, right? And not just on a spur of a moment with emotion, be like, panic sell, right? Which so many people do. Actually, there's a group, a corporation, which had bought, I think it was like 120 Bitcoin sometime in the fall, right? And then I can't remember the price they bought at, but when Bitcoin dropped from 42,000 to 30,000, they kind of freaked out because they heard some news on a double spend, which wasn't true, and all this other stuff with Bitcoin's technology, and they panic sold it. Right. And it's like you get these corporations doing the same stupid crap as normal human beings. So exactly.
This Warren Buffett actually did say that.
Oh, did he? That's awesome. They said it here on YouTube, right? No.
Here he goes. Jack Mehoff says, gonna install a TV in my shower so I can watch y'all while I get clean. Elwikoff. Honestly,
a little creepy, but all right. I'll support it.
Jack, I think you're heading in the right direction, because honestly, if you're gonna do anything right now during this bull market, you need to be binging data from reliable and verified sources, not BitBoy, not any moron out there. Myself, Charlie from Cultivate Crypto. Look at our track record; it's squeaky clean. And with Charlie's crypto mindset course, over $1 million in profits have been realized with the community.
Oh, easy.
$1 million in net profit have been realized with our community. Less than 500 people in there. Okay. So we are on to something, and we're going to keep on showing up here. We are ready to continue educating the masses. And I mean, I tell you what, it's going to be a great year. Mark my words, you're going to see. So $2,000 Ethereum is coming, guys. Don't forget, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, because it helps us out. The YouTube algorithm helps us get the crypto word out. If you want to help spread the crypto gospel, you don't need to pay us. You don't need to do anything. It's free. Click like, click subscribe, hit the notification bell, turn it on all notifications, leave a comment. We are here to help you. If you need help, go to cultivatecrypto.com, book a consultation with them. If you need help from me, go to modernlifedating.com. Or if you want to talk to me directly, patreon.com/modernlifedating. We're doing our intensive money-focused webinar this Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have over 70 people in that group. So I am telling you, we're going to have a great 2021. I have deemed it 2021, the year of crypto fun. You will see it. It is going to happen. And until then, guys, you have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time. Make money, make muscles, learn game, live long and prosper. And happy birthday to Charlie.